I can't think. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I can't. What am I supposed to do?
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Bill and I might sound a bit weird. I have a sore throat and I just needed to get on here and do a live because I need to hear Chrisley. I need to hear his southern accent, that beautiful twang that he has. He has everything that I don't have, really. I wish that I had his accent. But anyway, that's what I wanted to jump on here and do. But yeah, welcome back to the Cacti crew. And yeah, anyone else that is new, welcome to you too. Cacti high 5. But do you know what? I think we should raise it to a cacti high 10. And this is just perfect because this is why I chose this type of cactus. It's ready. It wants you to come in for a cacti high 10 because I just saw finally we are on 1,500. Well, 1.5K cacti. Can you believe that there's that many cacti subscribers? Thank you very much, guys. We're finally here. I think that we might have been here before and then I took a leap off the train. I'm back now with a clear mind and I was thinking as long as I stay away from the shit that's going to affect my mind, like right at the back of the years. I really love like the old KJ shit show. But yeah, I thought that's when I should be okay. But I'm willing to come to the front row if that means that I get to listen to Chrisley. Also, yeah, I was going to say, what was I going to say? I was going to say a lot of things. And then, poof, as soon as I press go live, my brain just gets up and leaves. I know. I've got to get comfortable. It takes a while. Also, I've learned I've got to breathe. And I can see all the Cacti crew in the chat. So, hey guys. Also, if you want to go a level above the Cacti crew, they are the Cacti contributors. And that's the way you can get the little loyalty badge next to your name. It's fucking glorious. Don't even get me started on it because I wish I had one complimentary, for the creator. Doesn't exist. This is something that YouTube really needs to think about. Anyway, yeah, so you get members only perks and stuff, but also shout outs. And tonight I just really glad that I'm shouting out Will. Cactus high 5, Will. Thank you so much for being the information goer tour, but you also clarify it for my snail brain. I'm so happy that now I know what shotgun means. It took me so many years. But yes, also thank you so much for being a contributor. I appreciate it. And I really hope you're having a good day. So should we get into it? Because I feel like I think that might be what I'm doing. I'm shaking a little bit. I don't know if I'm anxious or excited to hear his voice. I mean, it's been so long. It's been way too long. And I can't wait for some truth. You know what, I just need to say, and I think I said it on my thumbnail, KJ, she always arcs up, about people talking about her. But she just is fucking talking about everyone, and that's how she makes bank. That's her living. She makes her living off talking about people, and as long as she says my source, which is fucking there's no source. There's never a source. The only source is the one that she consumes every day from her thinking chair. yes, it's a great thinking chair that she's got there. Where I always throw myself off with that because I just gone straight to the thinking chair now. It's swallowing me. Oh, God, the stench. But, yeah, no one else is able to say anything about her. Well, fuck off. What did she say? She was screaming something about freedom of speech for the media and all this. I mean, if she is the media, I am fucking, I don't know, I fucking own the... I've actually studied journalism, but didn't actually finish uni or do anything with uni because, you know, that's why I ended up being a comedian when you drop out of everything. But, yeah, I could be a fucking journalist. I think I am, actually. Okay, so anyway, let's go and check it out before I say anything else. I went to go to look at the Apple one, the link, and it's taken me to the podcast one. So I hope that... God, as usual, when I've set it up, I don't know what to do. I hope that you can hear it. But, yeah, otherwise, let's not think ahead. Also, after this, I want to show you guys Lindsie Chrisley actually had a few words to say about Katie on her podcast that she does with Kail Lowry from Teen Mum, Coffee Convos. She actually said quite interesting stuff. And I was like, oh, it's all coming out. And I wish that Lindsie would voice her, you know, KJ shit more. But it's beautiful what we got. And then at the end, I just want to, you know, throw in a little few Instagram posts that KJ's been doing. It feels weird. Did I call her KJ? I don't think I called her KJ. Anyway. I'm a new person now, got a new brain. We're back. We're still making nonsense and everything's great. Just got to go with it. There's timestamps, thank God, you know. Thank fucking God for timestamps. And they will be up at the end of the stream. Yada, yada, yada. You get the drift? I don't, but something is saying, look, just fucking press play. So around 12:20, they said, it's time for me to shut up. And I brought it up because, you know, it's better than looking at my cactus face cookie. It's a cookie.
Please don't refer to these people as celebrities. I thank you for that because we've never touted ourselves as a celebrity. But what we have touted ourselves with is being employed, which is relatively more than what he can say. He is just a backbiter, just nipping on the heels of the YouTuber that's struggling to stay relevant, that is struggling to pay her bills, and she's worrying about us and our situation. I don't think you need to worry about me and our situation because God's got us. And at the end of the day, I don't dare to say, I say that you have never, you're right, you will never be in our shoes, literally or figuratively, because people like you are at the bottom of the pond. You maintain the cess in the pool. So, you know, as far as what's going on between this YouTuber and our oldest daughter, Lindsie, I'm going to sit back and let that play out and let the truth continue to, you know, to come out. It's laughable at the things that this woman, I just think that I think she's so insecure about her appearance that drives her. You know, and I think that, you know, all of God's children are beautiful, but whether or not all of God's children perceive themselves as beautiful is a whole other issue or a whole other perspective.
Right.
And clearly well, I mean, from an outside perspective looking in, I mean, I personally don't find her attractive. And based off of all the comments on social media, not a lot of people do. But in God's eyes, she is, because God made her exactly the way that he wanted her. And maybe God made her the way that she is so that she could teach everyone else in the world how not to be.
Boom! Boom! Everything you're saying is so on point, Todd. Oh my God, it's so good to hear your voice. And I love it how you are literally like saying, I love it how she's slow, isn't she? She not slow as in that, but slow the way she talks. I mean, it takes a while to get to the point. She says a paragraph which could be summarized in one sentence, but hey, this is the media level that we are talking about, which is dun 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 dun. Thank you, Todd. Cesspool level. And it is. I've always said that KJ is bottom tier YouTube level. You know, I do understand why everyone, she's fucking created her own cult, you know. If you ever disagree with her, blocked. But that's the kind of cesspool. It's just, she's just surrounded in her own shit. But yeah, she is so insecure about herself. We know this. If she had any I've never come across anyone that has no self-awareness, let alone on YouTube. Like, you would think that you would need self-awareness to be on YouTube. And really, Katie is the perfect fucking example of someone who just is not aware of themselves, has no confidence in herself, cannot stand like in her own, believes in nothing. She's just the fucking leaf. That's what I used to call her. She just goes wherever the wind blows her. Like, she's not attached to any strong ethics, morals, nothing. Which is like, how the fuck do you even call yourself a journalist? Because I don't think she understands what ethics are. And, you know, that the public doesn't need to be told every detail. Yeah, but anyway, I'm getting off course with that. But yeah, her looks, like, she thinks attractiveness is physical. Like, holy shit, you can be the most gorgeous looking person in the world and have the soul of a fucking cesspool. I love it so much. The soul of, also, I want to say, this is all my opinion, my, you know, check the disclaimer at the bottom of the whatever down below, you know, down below in the cesspool. That's where it is. I just want to make a song now. But anyway, where are we? Yeah, it's not physical. It's, yeah, when you are an evil person, when you don't care about others' feelings and you don't, you know, you take nothing into consideration and you just fucking, that ugliness shows through more than anything, more makeup that you could slather on there. You're never going to be able to cover up that kind of ugliness. No one wants to be around that kind of negative energy. God, and then it makes me wonder about anyone that's trying to, you know, strive and grow and be a healthy person around her. Not saying anything more, but, you know, that's fucked. She's fucked. And fucking let's get on with this. Chrisley, you're so... See, he's got, like, I want that twang. But I'm just a fucking white girl from Australia and it's like, ugh.
I mean, does that sound shady? Does it,
Probably.
a little?
Yeah.
Okay. Intentional.
Are you prepared if a medical emergency arises? Air Med Care Network provides air ambulance service, air transport. You decide to purchase a membership. Again, go to
Up, you know, because I had said in a podcast, but at any rate, it's, you know, I think that she suffers from low self-esteem. And I wanted to clear up, you know, because I had said in a podcast, I think a week or so ago, that she accused this police officer of rape. It wasn't the police officer. I think she got mad at him because he didn't buy her lie about this other guy who she accused of rape. And after the investigation yielded nothing, no proof to back up what she was saying, then she goes after the police officer. And that's how this person does. And, you know, it's laughable and everyone else in the world is laughing at them, other than the 25 bot accounts that they have that they use to message themselves comments and things in support of themselves. Because to be quite honest with you, nobody buys their fuckery. I know that you cringe when I say that word.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, people laugh at them. And I mean, and there's a difference. I've always said this, that don't laugh at us, laugh with us. Then it's not insulting. But when someone is laughing at you, that's different than laughing with you. And, to use your child as an outlet to garner clicks, to say that your child has all these issues, that he's so ill. And I'm just asking you as a mother, because you have technically will have raised 6 children.
Yes.
If your child was so severely ill, would you be on the internet all day long, typing and commenting? And
I wouldn't be leaving my child's side if they were severely ill.
Okay. Well, that's kind of how most real mothers feel, and or most real parents feel. Your child comes first, but not this one, because this one has to use her situation if it's real. And I quote, folks, if, based off of what I have read online and what people have messaged me and reports that have been sent to us, et cetera, if it's real, you would go MIA.
Absolutely.
If it's real, right? She's a compulsive liar. She lies to herself the most, and she believes her own lies. So she will start a story like I've read all the Pathos articles and stuff. Like, I started to cover them on here, and that started to affect me, because it's all good when you're, just reading it, but when you vocalize what she's written, that it's so fucked up. She basically elaborates on stories like she did with her RAPE story. And it's the first time we all, in this community, we're like, we would never fucking question anyone's, alleged attack. You would never do that. Katie knows that. She's that evil that she would manipulate people's emotions through this. She knows that there's so many women out there that lie about being attacked. It's fucked. They do it to manipulate their partners. For some reason, they feel like they're going to get their partner to care about them more, be more protective, because they can't give themselves that fucking security. Fuck. Yeah, because he brought up the whole, how Katie, when she retold her story on YouTube and stuff, she went into naming the police officer, naming the police unit, like tagging them on Twitter, tagging her alleged attacker, who at the end of the investigation, it was found there was no proof, like, to anything that Katie said. The report's there. Unfortunately for her, yes, it was like leaked publicly, but sometimes when shit needs to be told, when there's someone out there elaborating on bullshit and talking crap about a police officer who did his job, and she's sitting there going, now I've got a platform. What are you going to do about it? Slandering her attacker's name, alleged attacker. But fuck, when you put the pieces together of all the story, does not look good for KJ. From someone who she doesn't believe in body language being a scientific form of, what police use to tell people lying in an interview. Imagine her body language as she just fucking spewed all this shit, only for science to come back and with the facts and said, no, nothing was found. Anyway, I won't get into that, but I'm glad he brought that up. But yeah, she can fucking talk, She wouldn't be, she's done over 1,000 articles plus on her son. The details, the photos, that she has not even bothered to remove from Google. if she cared about her son's fucking privacy, she wouldn't have, she'd taken probably a better approach to what she was putting out there about him, but also the elaboration on the illnesses that he has and the negative talk that he must be fucking surrounded with. I don't think she has ever told him that he can like be something that the doctors haven't diagnosed. Like, you know, I feel like she keeps him sick, in my opinion, just saying, you know, just saying. And I'm allowed to say that because of all the shit she's put out there as a person that's read that, consumed her bullshit. And now I'm allowed to say, this is my opinion. And that's what Todd is doing here. And let's get back to him because I'm starting to shake. I've got myself in a little, let's get back.
With your child every day, making sure that the delay in their learning or in their, you know, motor skills or their mental capabilities and physical needs are met.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't be on Instagram or YouTube sloshed out of your mind if that's what, I mean, listen, I don't know if this lady's drunk or if she's not. If she's not, then there's a bigger issue because at least with alcohol, you could blame the stupidity on it. But, you know, then that, to me, that speaks volumes about you as a parent. But yet you're going to come on here and critique everyone else in the world about their parenting and about what's going on in their life and about their personal situations. You're going to critique all of that when you're living in a house of cards.
Right.
And, you know, I've had people to say that this woman uses her child for government subsidy, that she does all of this stuff. And again, folks, I want to preface, I'm repeating information that has been sent to us via legal team or via social media or what have you. I'm merely repeating what I'm saying. You know, what I'm saying is what I'm repeating what's been sent to us. But I mean, come on, take care of your child.
I just want to elaborate on what he's talking about with I think it's Medicaid fraud, but the alleged, because Katie has said multiple times, if they didn't have the feeding tube, that they would not have access to the free nursing that comes to the house. So if they lose the feeding tube, which I believe he does not need, in my opinion, Katie, like, because there's pictures, like I said, she's shared so many pictures of her son that I've pieced together, you know, how old he was and what she was feeding him. It's fucked, because if he has oral apraxia, I'm probably saying that wrong, but he was born premature, and also I was also. And one of the things, like, I found hard, like, I could not latch on to feed from my mum. So I was like bottle fed and stuff, but also I could not swallow properly. And also I had to go to speech therapy later on, like when I started to talk and stuff. And it's just because when you're prem, like, those, you haven't formed, you're just so weak in the mouth. And so, yeah, but if he had an oral apraxia, there's food a specific food that he should have been eating, like, you know, mashed up food, like soups and, you know, like even blended food, that's not shown. What she is feeding him is stuff that he can fucking choke on. Like, it looks like he's eating corn and chips and hard stuff. Like, when he's it's crap. It's fucked. It's so fucked. And that's where my heart went, like, because I started to care about V's welfare so much. Like, you can hear it in my voice. I feel like I'm about to cry, because hearing someone else like talk about this, we have been waiting for this, for someone else to, with a bigger platform, to bring up. There's like so many worrying things, in my opinion. I don't believe she's doing the best she can for her son. I'm just going to say that. Fuck, someone's got to fucking be blunt, and it's making me shake, and I can't get the words out, and I feel like I'm going to cry. But yeah, she didn't bother giving the time. She didn't have the patience to sit there. In the article, she talks about how it took 2 hours just to get him to eat dinner. And then, at the time she was doing reporting on mothers, munchy mothers that had, I can't say it, Munchausen by proxy, you know what I mean? And so that's when she started getting into the tubey groups, people that were tube feeding, using feeding tubes for their children. And then that's when she found all this stuff that she can get for free. This is the groups that she found out all the stuff that she can get for free from the government if she had a feeding tube for her son. And it's just disturbing. I'm just so, thank you, Todd. Thank you, Todd Chrisley, for saying this and voicing this and putting this on a platform where more people are going to hear it, because there's truth to it. There's so much truth to it. I'm shaking so much that I can't even mute myself and use the mouse. Okay, so learning
advice to tell me about take care of my child, don't harm your daughter. Now it's come out that what Chase and I said, that there was no sex tape and that we've never blackmailed anyone and never extorted. What I said was there has been someone that has approached Chase claiming to have had a sex tape and they want $5,000. That's what was said. But this individual, this ratchet individual, decides to say that Lindsie told her that I had extorted her for $5,000. Now it's come out that that's not true. But she doesn't report that because that's not salacious.
Right.
That's not shocking. So she stays away from that because she only is interested in delivering negative, vile, fraudulent, deceptive content. And then she wants to run and hide and say she's protecting her mental health. No, you're not. You're copying again something that Lindsie said. So you're a stalker. You're someone who, now you've said you're sexually fluid. So I feel like when I make this next statement, I can really make this next statement. This YouTuber, and that's really all she is a YouTuber, a basic YouTuber, not even a great YouTuber. This basic YouTuber claims that she's sexually fluid, and here she is trying to mimic how my daughter dresses, buying the same, she's buying the knockoff version of jewelry that Lindsie has. I'm going to protect my friend. You're not her friend. She has stated in a deposition, she is not your friend. Never met you, never talked to you. You've dealt with her legal advisor. You've dealt with her attorney. That's it. But this woman has perceived that she is best friends with my oldest child. Now, I don't know if it's because she's crushing on Lindsie, because she has a thing for her, because she is, as she states, sexually fluid. So I'm not sure if the fluidity is rolling towards my daughter or not, but I can assure you that my daughter has far better taste than to travel down that stream of fluid.
Than to travel down that stream of fluid. No one wants to go to the cesspool. No one is lining up to go down that sewer pipe, are they? That's not anyone's adventure world, but hey, that is Katie's fun time. That's what she loves. She loves spewing her bullshit, spraying it all over everyone. but you know, it just backfires and comes back. But she doesn't care because that's what she eats, in my opinion. Just saying. Also, not always serious on this channel. Literally, you know, literally. But okay, this is what I need to say. Katie is so, I just love that her delusions are being exposed. She is so delusional about this whole Lindsie Chrisley being her best mate. It's fucking weird. I think they communicated once, like on Instagram or something, and then Katie's just gone with that. That is my best friend, you know, this big delusion. She even did lives back, you know, back in the day, where she would pretend that Lindsie just called her, or she's calling Lindsie, or she just got off the phone to Lindsie. Lindsie said this, you know, we hang out all the time. She's there for me. She's my girl, you know, I go to her. She gives me good advice. This is more, you know, it's just bullshit. It's flooding really at the moment. Can someone pull the plug? I think we might need to, you know, let it out and then we can start again. It's more to fill it up. But yeah, I've got posts where, as Todd was saying, Katie loves to copy Lindsay's fashion with the necklaces and stuff like, but fuck, who wears the same fucking necklaces every single day? There's not an outfit, maybe the pajama top, the leopard one, you know, that should be a pajama top that she got from the boutique in Hong Kong, because everyone was buying stuff from Asia, weren't they, during the pandemic? Because everyone wants that. That's maybe, I don't know, Katie thought about that being a source, not the nurse. It's always the nurse that did shit, you know, it's never Katie. Maybe she went out and got her Botox and this time came back and brought that fucking Rona back in the house, you know? You know, mummy dearest. Anyway, yeah, I've got this like Twitter post because I'm so organized now. I've got all this, I've got all my Katie shit. I know where it is. I can remember where I put it. And I came across this Twitter post where she's talking about how much she loves cropped, like the boho, long dress, how do I even describe it? Okay, the maxi skirt with the crop top, puffy sleeves, blouse. Yeah, Katie has lots of them with the exposed belly. She, you know, it's one of her favorites. It's fucking weird, man. Can you even imagine her wearing that? God, she'd be tripping it over. She's fucking, I don't know how short Britney Spears is, but Katie's only 5'4" or something, because 5'6". I don't know. Maybe that's my brain going mush. But yeah, and that's going to make it even more important when we go and listen after this to what Lindsie said on Coffee Convo. Coffee Combos. It should be Coffee Combos. Anyway, is that a combo you want though? Okay, let's get back to it.
I mean, come on now, YouTuber. You know better. And everything that she's saying is contradicted by information that our attorneys have already garnered. And this individual claiming that she's going to turn me in and she's going to do this, and go ahead, you've done it. We've got your attorney Graham Cracker's emails. We're fully aware of it. We know about your bogus, fraudulent attempts at trying to shut me up from disclosing who you really are. I'm so excited about these next two lawsuits that are coming, that, because remember, folks, she's got insurance. On not one lawsuit that has been filed against her has she declared that she has personal coverage to cover her intentional acts. She has failed to disclose that on every lawsuit. We've checked them all. So, and I'm basing that off of information that has come from our attorneys. So I'm repeating what I've been told. I should.
Sorry, I just wanted to see if anyone in chat can tell me what what is that? Like, has she got insurance for stuff that she says, or does she like stuff she says on her channel? Is that what she got? Channel insurance? What the hell? I don't know. Or does she mean that she's covered by media law? Because does she really think, well, if you think how far she's gone with Lindsie, I wonder if in her mind they got married, Douglas style, though. I don't know. It's so creepy. It is creepy. She is stalker material. So yeah, okay. Going back.
About your bogus, fraudulent attempt that, because remember, folks, she's got insurance. On not one lawsuit that has been filed against her has she declared that she has personal coverage to cover her intentional acts. She has failed to disclose that on every lawsuit. We've checked them all. So, and I'm basing that off of information that has come from our attorneys. So I'm repeating what I've been told. I should be able to rely on that. And then she wants to post things from our case in Georgia. You can post all you want, darling. It does not affect me, because the truth will rise just like the sun every day. Two things you can be guaranteed of is that the sun's going to come up tomorrow and that the truth will be revealed. And it's going to be revealed about you, YouTuber. I understand she gets upset, folks, when you call her a YouTuber. Or maybe.
Oh, God, it's so close to what I used to call her. I used to just call her the random YouTuber, that random YouTuber, because remember, she made that huge, big fuss about how this production company was going to come and film in her house. This is her elaboration of what she interpreted from an email of, I can't remember who it was, but someone was making a documentary on YouTubers and what they were saying about some subject. I can't remember. And anyway, Katie wasn't really in it. They just referred to her as that random YouTuber. That's underneath her. You know, they didn't refer to her as Without a Crystal Ball. It was just that random YouTuber. And it's fucking perfect, because that shat her all along. Even when she released the Amber audio, and then went after everyone that tried to share it and stuff. Oh, God, I've thrown myself off now by going Amber. What was I talking about? Fuck. That's what I've done. I've brought up Amber now, and I'm like, whoa, remember that? Come on, brain, catch up. Yeah. So, yeah, and then the Ashley wrote about her, but no one said her name. Everyone just referred to her as a YouTuber said this, a YouTuber released this, a certain YouTuber. And it's fucking glorious, because really, it's not her shit to share. So why even? Well, that's a long story. Let's just press play, but fuck. Yeah, the amount of shit. And, you know, every single lawsuit she's had, she's tried to play that jurisdiction. Oh, fuck, I have so much trouble saying words. That jurisdiction card. I love that he filed in Minnesota. You know, take it right there. Take it to her doorstep. We are here. We are all here. It's really a beautiful day. Oh.
Because Lindsie called her a YouTuber, because she's in love with Lindsie, and Lindsie is kind of like not in love with her and doesn't even really know her. And, you know, I think that, you know, so many people are messaging me and saying, oh, I think that there's been a reunification between Todd and Lindsie and the family and stuff. No. There has been a ceasefire, because the truth has now come out. And our attorneys have spoken. But as far as the relationship between my daughter and I go, she knows that I love her. That has been conveyed to her via counsel. She knows that I'm open to that reunification if that is something that she desires and that the family is. She has acknowledged that she was acting off of information that was erroneous, and that has now come out through statements and other documents and what have you. It has now come out that what I was saying was true, that this individual did go to Chase and say she was going to sell this supposed sex tape to TMZ if Lindsie did not talk to her. Now, this information, keep in mind, when we purchase and say she was going to sell through statements and other documents and what have you, it has now come out that what I was saying was true, that this individual did go to Chase and say she was going to sell this supposed sex tape to TMZ if Lindsie did not talk to her.
Holy shit. She what? Katie went to Lindsay's brother, is it? And said that she was going to sell the supposed sex tape. She's just making up shit and stirring shit. And what the fuck? Was this before the Amber audio tapes? Because that's when she learned that she can't sell other people's property. She tried to sell like Matt, like through Matt. Matt gave her contact at TMZ, Matt Bayer. I say it wrong because I'm Aussie and, got no culture. But Matt Bayer gave her a contact at TMZ. She tried to sell Amber's audio, like the audio of Amber's domestic violence, someone's domestic violence shit that was not hers, tried to sell that to TMZ, and they told her, no, it's not your property. And still she went after anyone else who's on any other YouTuber that shared that audio. It's not yours. And she made so much money off it too and lied to Andrew about it. Like, it's fucked. She doesn't care. She's not an advocate for any victims of anything. If she was, why would she try and sell someone's shit on their domestic violence? You know what I'm saying? Fuck, man. Oh, I'm going to have to listen to this multiple times. It's a happy track. You wake up in the morning, put a beat to this. Can we let's make a film clip, something. It's really marvelous. And yeah.
Now, this information, keep in mind, when we pursued this a year or so ago, this individual claimed that there was no sex tape, that she never had a sex tape. She didn't know where it was coming from. Well, we knew that was a lie because she had approached Chase about it. So at any rate, that's kind of where I stand on the YouTuber. I'm sure she'll be. That's kind of where I stand on the YouTuber. I'm sure she'll be of information. This individual claimed that there was through state case and say she was going to sell this supposed sex tape to TMZ if Lindsie did not talk to her. Now, this information, keep in mind.
Why would she need to do that if they are best friends, Really, Katie, where were your delusions then? Was it only after that you were fantasizing about this sex tape? Oh, gosh. Remember she even tried, she said Adam and Eve, reached out to her to be a sponsor for their sex toys. Can you even imagine? She's such a fucking manipulator. Even when she's boasting about being Lindsay's best mate, behind the door of the Paulson funeral waiting room, like, change your fucking walls. Why can't you paint your walls? You've got a new haircut, widow's peak, now parts in the middle. how does that happen when there's so much of a calic or whatever you used to call it? Because there's a lot up here, but there's not. And then if you turn it that way and flip it, it just looks like there's no hair. What the fuck? Just saying. Yeah, threw myself off because now I'm just looking at middle part. Why can't she get a fringe? I don't understand why she wouldn't get a fringe. She looks so much younger. Okay, I've gone off point. What was I talking about? Oh, what I wanted to say is how Katie is all speculation and just to, but now she just says, my source said this. She learnt to say my source because when she used to write for Pathos, she did all her articles and stuff, but it wasn't until she wrote shit about Tati that wasn't true. She made that article and did all that investigative background journalism, whatever, which, Katie, if you're listening, Todd Chrisley is such a better fucking investigative, fuck. Look, I can't talk, but at least I'm honest about it, Katie, you know? Share my vulnerabilities. A better journalist than you, digging deep. See all that fact that he just put in 10 minutes? Yeah, that's all your videos. But yeah, and then Pathos, when they saw that she was just writing, when they were sent the lawsuit and stuff about what she wrote about Tati, they went and read her article, and nowhere in that article did it say, like, give any proof or credit or evidence, or did it state my source or anything. And for the first time in Pathos history or whatever, they erased every single article she'd ever written, which has never happened. Usually, you know, when they leave, they have their stuff still up there. But yeah, not with someone whose work is completely all speculative. And copies of other people's work without giving credit, which is basically what she's doing on Instagram anyway. Does that shit anyone else when you see that she's just copy and pasted someone's article and then she does not even link? Like, she'll write where, like, sometimes she'll write where she got it from, but she's not giving that a hyperlink or anything that's easy access. Some of her stuff I've like sent. I've sent her Instagram posts to people where she's stolen their shit. Like 11 Alive the other day. Yeah, Katie, if you're listening, that was me. I think they contacted you because you got a little post was changed. Then she just started saying my source, and there is no source. But I guess when Lindsie Chrisley is your best friend, that's your source. It's funny when, you know, the family get a whiff of it and then they come back with facts and they let the world know that Katie Joy is a liar, because in my opinion, that's fucking true. She's a compulsive liar and she does not care who she harms. She doesn't care about hurting other people. Actually, that's why she only reports negative shit. She is intent on causing harm because, in my opinion, she is a narcissist. She doesn't know what emotions are. She doesn't know what feelings are. So, you know, when you're cold, you got no remorse. You have no idea what you did. All you've got is a bunch of fucking excuses. Bunch of fucking excuses. And yeah, her son is a card that she likes to play when she's being caught out. So that might even come along. But is that it? Is he finished now? Should I just have a little listen and see right up to the last moment? Yeah.
When we pursued this a year or so ago, this individual claimed that there was no sex tape, that she never had a sex tape. She didn't know where it was coming from. Well, we knew that was a lie because she had approached Chase about it. So at any rate, that's kind of where I stand on the YouTuber. I'm sure she'll be running and posting and doing the, the ratchet shit that she does, that she thinks gets a response out of us. You're not getting a response because we don't care what you say. We don't care what you do. We do know that your following is diminishing. We do know that your revenue is falling apart. We do know that your goal of monetizing someone else's pain is slowly coming to an end. We know this. And folks, I can't tell you how I know, but I know there's bigger powers than thee that are dealing with YouTube, that are pointing things out, that are sending clips, that are sending posts that shows that this woman is stalking, harassing, doing damage to people's mental health. And she's going to suffer the consequences for that. And YouTube has basically stated that, in a roundabout way, that this is a problem, and she's been notified, and she has taken many videos down. It's ironic. She'll post something, then she snatches it down. I mean, I'm not quite sure why she does that when she knows that there's so many people that loathe her, that are screen grabbing everything that she does and sending it to every person that has sued her. So all of these things are there. I mean, they're there. Once you post it, someone else is going to get it. And so that, I love when she posts, because that's things that she's going to have to face in front of 12 jury members. And guess what, YouTuber? Regardless of what happens to me, it does not diminish my right to sue you. It doesn't take my civil right away from suing you for harming me.
Right? Like, fucking wake up, you dumb. Beep. Yeah, I censored myself. Katie, that's something you need to know. You keep saying, oh, but Todd has all these big FBI cases against him. What the fuck has that got to do with what's going on between you and him? Nothing. You cannot throw out any more distraction cards. You are going to be held fucking accountable. And I hope that this is your end on YouTube. Like he said, you are hurting people. You are 90% of your fucking subscribers, Katie, and you know this, are fucking special needs parents or people with disabilities, vulnerable people. You manipulate through emotion. It's fucking abuse, in my opinion, the way you treat them when they don't, follow you, or they try to speak up that your opinion is wrong. Well, not your opinion. The facts that you state are wrong. The echo chamber can only last so long, and I cannot wait for the biggest fucking reality hit that has ever come in your way. It's going to be served, and it's going to be served on a big platter. Gosh. Oh God, I feel like I need to fly over there for it. But yeah, also with Katie, I don't know if she even remembers, because, she can't remember anything past the day. But Tati's lawyers were friends with all the YouTube lawyers. So a lot of the information that happened there, was crossed over. And then the YouTube lawyers were looking into Katie's channel. It's on the radar. She cannot be so far. It's been on the radar for so long. Basically, it's just been kept open because of all the lawsuits that were, pending and happening at present, because that's the biggest form of evidence. And then, when she had to delete her KJ Live channel, which I managed to get most of the videos, thank fuck, but it's not anything great. It's still fucking piss head. But, what was I going to say? Something. Oh, I just love how he says that YouTuber in the low tone, he takes it to the cesspool level, the low, there's no happy high tone in that, because you are the YouTube. I can't even do it. I can't drop that low at the moment. I'm surprised I'm even talking. But yeah, is that the end? Because then I'm ready to bring in Lindsie now. Because I haven't heard Lindsie. Well, I haven't heard this.
Our family. And every person in our family has been harmed by this YouTuber. That's why each individual in our family is going to file suit independently against her above the 2 suits that I know that are coming. So we're in the process of working on that to add an additional 4 more lawsuits.
Holy shit, we need to have a lawsuit party. Oh my God, we need to throw them all in the air and dance around them, because these lawsuits are not going to be filed, somewhere where she can put in jurisdiction. Fuck my life. Fuck, I can't say shit. But, my life is so much better than Katie's, right? How good is everyone's life compared to Katie? Oh my God. What a fuck up. And yeah, cue the tears of all the money wasted that should be going to her son. Oh, that's sad, isn't it? Better give up the makeup, because the beauty's not on the outside anyway, Katie.
So I think so that would give it a total of me, and then Julie, Chase, Savannah, and then, so I would encourage Lindsie to file suit against her, but that's Lindsay's decision, and whatever her attorneys decide to do is what they do. So then she's going to have, I think, so me, Julie, Chase, Savannah. If Lindsie would, if Lindsie decides that's what's going to happen and what she needs to do, whatever her attorney decides to do, that would be 5 lawsuits plus 2. So that would be 7 that she would be defending, plus the additional, that would be 7 that should be defending. And then I understand that there are a couple of more that might be coming her way, as I was, notified, I think Tuesday or Wednesday of last week, that I was asked for the name of the law firm that is representing me, that they want to bring a suit against this YouTuber as well. And it was a very interesting concept, because I think that they now want to name YouTube as part of the suit that they want to file with some big firm there in Minnesota, because YouTube has perpetuated by keeping her false content on their platform after being notified that it was false content, that it was negative, derogatory, that it attacked people's mental health, et cetera, et cetera. So, that should be interesting to see how that flows. I've asked my attorneys to look into that as well.
I wonder if that's the end. Well, I'm thinking I might just chuck in Lindsie, and then I can come back to that. Or does anyone know? Is there more? Let me know in the chat, because I know a few. Well, hopefully everyone's listened to it. I'm usually the snail behind everyone. Oh, it's so good. I'm not ready to say goodbye. Why? I just love, do you reckon when he was naming everyone in his family, do you think that he was counting on his fingers? That's a beautiful image to think about, isn't it? Just Todd Chrisley counting the number of lawsuits that he's got coming towards Katie, and oh, happy day. Yeah. It's a fucking joyful occasion. Not in the Paulson house, though. I wonder if, she really does think, Joy for my middle name. Joy. It's just another manipulation tool, really. Well, yes. Oh, it's close to the end. Todd is basically done. Oh, okay. Thank you, V. I'm going to put in, let's just head over to, I love the name of the Coffee Convo, because fuck, who's having a conversation over coffee? I'm not. I'm drinking my coffee, and then we can have a conversation, plus I like something with my coffee. What am I doing? Obviously I can't talk and drive at the same time. It's still an issue. But the name of this podcast episode, speaking of dicks, right? It's a good title. What was the number? What's something? Oh no, because I checked out of it. Oh no, where's the thing?
I hate gift giving and receiving.
We were like
What?
this close.
I hate gift giving and receiving.
Oh, I thought she said dick gift. Okay. Look, we should probably have a break, but no. Come on, brain. You can do it for me. Let's not cloud what the words are. Speaking of dicks. Okay. I think, hang on, let me just have a look. I've got the number here, 1220. I know, look at me, prepared, but still can't drive and talk. Please go past it. Okay, this is just not going to happen for me because I too unco to play Guitar Hero, you know. That's my life. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of my voice and press the button that says play. Hopefully around the right way. But yeah, now we're just going to listen to Lindsie Chrisley. She hosts the podcast Coffee Convos with Kail from Teen Mum. And this is the links below in the description for everything I'm listening to. But yeah, she has words on Katie. So let's go.
No, you can't. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Like, literally, unless you're is happening. Why are men the way they come to me and you're like, well, let me get some? It's like, no, like, what are you trying to get? Like, throw
Right.
up on your dick?
Something.
Like,
You're going to get something.
diarrhea. Like, what is happening? To Calm's entire library. That's calm.com/convos. I want to discuss something a little bit heavier and don't even know like exactly what to say. So let's bear with me. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you've probably already seen it. If you do not follow me on Instagram, I'm going to regurgitate it on here and go into a little bit more detail. If you guys did not follow me before Coffee Convo's podcast, I was previously on a show called Chrisley Knows Best on USA Network and decided to leave the show in 2017, started the podcast with Kail, and here we are. So now you guys are all up to date in that very brief description. But about a week ago, I had posted on my Instagram, and I'm just going to read it because I don't think I can say it like any better on here. It has been said that courage is the most important of all of the virtues because without courage, you can't practice any other virtue consistently. Tonight, I'm showing up and allowing myself to be seen. Reality TV, media storms, podcasts, family feuds, divorce, legal battles, all things that I've navigated over the past few years. I have kept quiet for the most part and tried to allow the storms to pass. As I've tried to move forward in my life, I'm constantly hit with Google alerts, living in fear, anxious, and tired. Chrisley knows sex tape. Chrisley Knows Best is family drama brewing. Chrisley Sisters, Battle of the Bikinis. Chrisley Knows Estrangement. People seem to forget we are human too. Things aren't always as they seem and as they are reported. Last week, I will share screenshots and stories. The tape was being discussed yet again by a YouTuber that I have repeatedly asked to stop reporting on it. There's facts that surround this that no one publicly knows, and for anyone to continue to report on something without all of the information is reckless and a threat to my mental and emotional health. What people do not know is that I have had knowledge of this alleged tape since 2017. Police reports were filed in 2017 and 19. I currently am sitting on an extensive amount of knowledge regarding this entire situation and plan to share more information in the coming months. What I'm going to share today is that the information that is publicly known is not factual. The involvement that I was and have been led to believe that my dad and brother had looks very different than what is reported. Misleading information is very dangerous, and this has been a huge lesson. I look forward to shedding more light on the situation in the coming months. And in the meantime, I will be praying for the young woman who launched the scandal that has affected our entire life. What is done in the dark will eventually come to light. So over the years.
Oh, I love it. I love it. She really speaks up, and I think that's why Todd Chrisley was saying, I don't know if she will file a lawsuit against KJ because she's more of a, don't give attention to people that don't need the attention on them. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, fuck. The damage she has done. Katie, you think that you can report about people or you can say anything because they're a public figure. You really fucking think that you would learn after each lawsuit where you don't even say my opinion. You just end. My sources say. That is not your opinion, you fucking media person, not a journalist, no ethics, no fucking morals. You hurt people. You hurt Lindsay. You've hurt her family. You think her dad is not going to fucking be protective of his family that you've hurt? I'm so fucking glad he's got more money than you. Even in bankruptcy, he's got way more money than you, Katie. You can't even buy paint to paint your fucking walls. Cheap ass.
Since 2019, I have lived with this, and it's something that has been very heavy in my life, that impacted my marriage, impacted me as a mother, impacted me as a friend, impacted me as a daughter. And for things to continue to be reported when this was in 2019 and it's now 2022, I'm just like, can we let the dog rest? Like, I don't really understand why it's always a topic of conversation. But it's weird because I don't know if maybe this person that reports on it regularly saw the news that Kim Kardashian stuff with her sex tape was being kind of regurgitated. Did you see that, Kristen?
Oh, I did. Yeah. And I was following it in their new show. Yeah. And I was just like,
did you watch it?
Yeah. So I watched the new show, and it's in there when she finds out. It was like her kid was playing a game, and he brought his iPad over to her, and it was like something had popped up inside of this game talking about new, like, unseen footage from her sex tape was coming out.
Oh, so has Katie brought it up recently? I might have to go back. But if she's still, like, imagine still talking about the same shit, knowing that you have really, well, she doesn't know. Katie, the thing with Katie is she will read something and her comprehension is so fucked up that what it says is not what she relays to the audience. Like, she will bring up something on the screen and be talking about it, and people will be like, what is on the screen has nothing to do with what you are saying. She never has exact proof for what she is saying, and that's because she fucking has an issue with her fucking comprehension of stuff, doesn't read stuff, goes in there, with her own, like, she's already got preconceived ideas and judgment. She's a negative fucking person, can never see stuff for what it is.
She grabbed the iPad from him and immediately was like trying to deal with it with her attorneys and things like that. And that was 20 years later, 20 years from the initial release of that sex tape. So I don't think it gets any better anytime anything comes back up that you've already tried to deal with and put to bed.
Yeah. And I mean, I felt like it was kind of at rest because for a period of time, it wasn't being talked about, and I'd kind of like moved on and whatever. And I just want to say, I have never gone out here and made any kind of sex tape, tried to sell any type of sex tape, anything like that. So for me to even be attached to something like this in the first place is just absolutely insane. But I don't know if there was intention to maybe try to get traction just based off the fact that, like, this was Kardashian news, and then, like, we're going to run with the sex tape story. But I will say that I am not at liberty to discuss inside information that has been released to me. I cannot discuss that information right now. And I know that people get very frustrated and upset because they want to know all of the details about everything. And I've kind of dealt with a little bit of this with my other podcast and people saying, oh, well, you keep saying things are coming, but like they're not coming. I think people don't understand that in this business, there are things called contracts, and there are things that you can't discuss before something happens. Like you don't want to be, what is it? Like you don't want the wagon before the horse, or, you know.
And Katie is the wagon before the horse. You know, she never verifies stuff. She likes to go out there and be the first person to report on something. But anyway, let's just jump over to what Katie posted about, because I'm like, I think she's got to the point. Has she? Oh, hang on. Let's just go to, Katie's Instagram post. I feel like this live has gone forever, but maybe I should I skip ahead and see if she gets to the point? Gets to the point before me? Oh, I'm so, like, I can't think. No, I'm going to okay, that's where we're going. Oh, what's going on? I can't even use this. Can't even use the mouse. I can't even use my brain right now, but now we need a song. This beautiful post, it shits me on Instagram. It always just comes up that it was a day ago. But then when you look at how many posts, like Katie's like, you sure, like, you don't want to give me a date on that? But yeah, I'll just read it. I rarely address, just make sure my mic's on. I rarely address Todd Chrisley's horrific comments about me, which he does on his podcast frequently. Oh, horrific comments. Sometimes the truth hurts, but, you know, you wouldn't know what the truth is because all you do is lie to yourself. So really check yourself before anything. On his podcast this week, Mr. Chrisley spoke about my son, a child that is not a public figure and 9 years old. He's not a public figure, but you did spend, 5 years. There's 1,000 plus. You've written about him. You've spoken. There's so much information out there, Katie, on your son. Okay? There's no denying that. And you have done nothing to try and remove this information. You haven't even tried to remove the photos. There's so many photos. And it's fucking sad because most of them he's crying and you've got your fucking your camera there and your flash on and you don't care because you don't recognize emotion in other people. You wouldn't even know if you are causing your son more harm. You're perfect. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. You're a nice person. That is your delusional world. Fuck. Todd Chrisley's children are all public figures. Todd Chrisley is a public figure. Okay. What about Julie? Is she a public figure too? Okay. Because you know that, Katie, that your husband is a public figure because he's in a band. Yeah, and he's promoted that band, which, you know, so also, isn't he a guitar maker? Oh, God, David Eason. During his podcast, Mr. Chrisley questioned my son's illnesses and medical diagnosis. He implied that I was lying about my son's health. Are you a writer? Are you a writer, Katie? Why there's so many full stops? Because you can't write an emotional piece. There's no emotion in this. It's just full stop, full stop, full stop. You have no emotional connection to your son. Yeah, that's why it's so easy for you to use him for profit. And also, why even bring it up? You know, there might have been some people that aren't even aware that Todd has a like the people, your subscribers might not even be aware that Coffee Convos, Chrisley's confessions exist. Now you've just alerted them to that. And you've also brought up your son again. Huh? What are you doing? You don't have to let everyone know this stuff. Shit. He implied that I was lying about my son's health. He implied that I was a bad mother because I work to support my family. Can I just say, Katie, 18 hours out of 24 hours a day spent online, yeah, is a bit excessive, even if it is your work. Also on Sundays, also you've been known to fucking do live streams on his birthday multiple years. Also, his bedroom is right next to yours, even though, you know, he sleeps in your bedroom. But, I mean, gosh, you can hear what's going on downstairs in your funeral waiting room, and the walls are really thin. You got no fucking respect. You'll sit there and talk about your son and how, you know, he's never going to leave your house and how you've built him a little apartment downstairs in the basement and all these stuff. And then people are not allowed to talk about that and their suspicions. There's a lot. Hey, unless you took way too much information from the Munchie Mums, you know, that you became one. Just saying, this is all my opinion, Katie. I'm allowed to voice my opinion, just like you do. But, well, my source is you, by the way, if you're wondering. I know. How does that work? Well, you're a fucking journalist. Figure it out. Julie Chrisley said if she had a child as sick, in ET quotes, as my son, that she'd never leave his side. Because, Katie, you've elaborated it to the point where your son is way more sicker than he is. Yes. So that's where that comes from. Because your son is not as sick as he is. Although I can't. My son is not Mr. Chrisley's concern. Okay. He is a 9-year-old child that is innocent. Okay. His medical diagnosis is not up for debate. Okay. But like we said, you elaborate over time, the story changes. And I believe that that is up for debate. That's a discussion point. When a mother, can't get her story right, when a mother seems like she doesn't quite understand and needs to elaborate and make a dramatic thing, because that's all you've got going for you, Katie, your son, his story, which he knows that. You get home from being at the hospital and you jump straight on Instagram Live. You need to tell the story. I spent the whole night at hospital with my son, but I was on Instagram Live arguing, trying to diagnose people that had ADHD. But because I'm an expert, I know that they didn't have it. Like, you're a fucking weirdo, man. Get your priorities right. Learn that the internet is not just fucking, you can't delete shit. Data is forever. Yes, everything is forever. Fucking web archive, you could use that. I know your son will. Just saying, he's a 9-year-old child. I reckon he's probably smarter than you. I don't think anything's wrong with his comprehension. He could actually teach you a lot of things, but no. You just ignore him because, well, I don't know. That's who you are. Cold as fuck. Mr. Chrisley also implied that I am defrauding Medicaid for my son. Why? How the fuck did you word that? Learn to use words, honey. That is false. Fucking full stop. My son is qualified as a child with a disability in the state. There is no fraud here. ... Why are you not so sure about that comment? That sentence. Why can't you just end it with a full stop? Like, boom, I'm certain about this. Nah, ... Because it's up for debate. Even the mother doesn't know. If she knew how to write, we wouldn't be left questioning, because nothing's wrong with our comprehension. Oh, Katie, you know how you've always got to look to your husband to find out what your son got up to that day, or, what your son's favorite something is, because, it's not always going to be Godzilla. But, yeah, keep looking to your husband for all the answers. I feel like he's got a little, well, I don't know. I feel like he might love your son, so he might be more human than you. But, yeah. Okay, I'm getting off point. There's too many Todds and Toads and fucking cesspools. Are there are there lily pads for frogs? Probably not in the cesspool, right? Like nothing really would grow. But then, that lotus flower, yeah. Okay, getting off point. Brain, stay with it. Mr. Chrisley is a man with a history of filing frivolous lawsuits against people. Mrs. Paulson is a woman with a history of multiple lawsuits being filed against her for defamation. He's joked and said he files lawsuits for sport. Wouldn't you batter up? Like, fuck, he's probably got a lot of money and there's a lot of shit being spoken about him. And, when you got a family that big, you kind of want to protect them. Mr. Chrisley called me ugly. Did he, Katie? Did he? I did not hear Todd Chrisley call you ugly. Huh. I wonder if you even listened to it. Mr. Chrisley called me ugly, implied that I was broke, insecure, and a vile human. Well, if the glove fucking fits. Ooh, if the glove fits. Guess what? I'm going to imply that too. And there might be a lot of people that imply that, Cue the fucking fire. Cue the fireworks. Cue the waterworks to raise that money. None of my bills have gone unpaid, and I pay my taxes. I know you let everyone know. I doubt you do it though. Your maths, your timeline, your spending habits. I mean, do you even let your husband know that you are buying that much makeup? I thought you were beautiful, that you shone. Gosh, he called me ugly. Mr. Chrisley spoke to his millions of followers about my RAPE and accused me of lying. He did not accuse you of lying. The report, the actual report came to the conclusion that there was no evidence to anything that you said. So instead of saying that Chrisley, would you ever fucking look at yourself and wonder why no one fucking believes you? Maybe, I don't know. Mr. Chrisley is suing me for, hang on, sorry, she said, my perp was never charged in the crime. Where's the alleged there? Mr. Chrisley is suing me for defamation for reporting on an alleged sex tape extortion story that his daughter shared on Dr. Phil. It's actually wrong because it's your reporting on what happened on Dr. Phil. I actually came across the article, the Pathio's article. I should dig it up. We could have a little look about what you actually reported, because if Pathio's deleted it, really, there must be no, nothing backing up anything you're saying. His daughter also gave close to a dozen interviews about the topic. That's Where the fuck is it? Like, that's got nothing to do about you. Dude, like, you know what I'm saying? What the hell are you talking about, woman? She shared on her social media and responded to him for, hang on, have I missed the sentence? Yes. No. Is that a comma? Oh my God, it's a comma. Is it? No, I'm just seeing things. She shared her social media and responded to him for almost 2 years. Does not make sense. Did you mean didn't respond to him for 2 years? And that's like why you decided to become best friends? Like, no, your daughter won't talk to you, but we're best friends. And I can say whatever I want because she talks to me and gets me inside information. She even calls me on my phone. I know. Delusions. Mr. Chrisley was never charged for the situation. I have also reported that he denies that he ever extorted his daughter. Yes. So he denies that you must have reported it, you know, for him to deny it. Mr. Chrisley is facing, what's this got to do with you? Mr. Chrisley is facing 30 years in prison for alleged fraud if convicted. He's not speaking about his trial, but my child, make that make sense. Okay, Farah, make that make sense. I can't do it. Do you do it? I can't do it. That sounded lame. Speaking about my son with a disability is disgusting. Why the fuck can't you just write speaking about my son is disgusting? Why do you need to say with a disability? Is your child disabled or does he have a disability? What the fuck? What the fuck? Your fucking writing sucks, man. And that's the end. She's pissed me off. I'm going to bring it back. Bring me back. Get me out of here. How do I get out? How do I get out of the post? Do I have to go back? Oh, and then we get to see. Oh, no, we're going back to that. Okay. Here I am, the cookie. Holy shit. Feels like it's been longer than an hour and a half. I hopefully did a good job and delivered it well, but I feel like I need to get out of here. How is everybody in the chat going? You guys having a good old chin wag? God, it's been a while since I've said that. But yeah, thank you for everyone for joining in. But I don't know what I love. I need to think. I need to breathe. I just want to thank Todd Chrisley, seriously, for voicing all of this. It's what I say as a community, but, you know, what we've always really wanted was someone to take notice of what was going on. And obviously he's like being presented with all the information. He wouldn't be speaking on it if he hadn't gone and checked out himself, you know, because no one's a silly Billy like that. Only Katie, you know, would talk about something that she hasn't read or hasn't watched because Mr. Chrisley called you ugly, right, Katie? My gosh, take some fucking accountability for how ugly you are. Your whole fucking channel is ugly, spewing hate, being negative. It's got to come back somehow, you know. What you put out comes back threefold, and I can't fucking wait for this threefold because how much shit you've put out. It's going to be a tsunami on your Paulson house. Oh, man. You might have to move back home to mummy and daddy. I don't know if you'll be able to afford your mansion anymore. Your mansion. Oh, Katie, I heard you bought a Bentley, you old bitch. Sorry, didn't mean to say bitch, but it bounced off Bentley. Did she buy the Queen's car? My God, fuddy-duddy central. I guess it might be an upgrade to the tinted van. Okay, guys. Thanks to everybody who rocked up in chat. It was good to see the Cacti crew having a good old, lots of words in there. Let me see some green because that always makes me excited. But yes, I'm going to private this and then I'm going to add the timestamps and then it'll make it easier for everybody to be able to watch it with the timestamps there. Obviously, I'm a snail girl and didn't do it as I'm going because I haven't got to that point yet of professionalism. Professional. Why is it so hard to pronounce words? I think because my tongue is attached to my throat and it's just not feeling its best. I hope I did sound all right, but yeah, that's some beautiful words from the Southern accent twang that I think I got my fix, but I feel like I want to go back and listen to it a bit more times. But yeah, what else do I have to say? I think that's it. I've just got to the point where my brain's like, okay, can we go now? Can we go? Yes, we are going to go. Thank you so much. If you guys enjoyed this, give the video a like and subscribe. You can come hang out with all us cacti. We're a prickly bunch, but we wear oven mitts sometimes, you know, so there is some protection there. Because I care. Katie doesn't. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. See ya.
What am I supposed to do? Yeah. I can't